Hi, this is Gary with Memos.com. On today's episode, let's take a look at the new app, Music Memos. So you can get Music Memos from the App Store. It's free. It's from Apple. And I assume it works on one of the latest hardware, so you're going to have a fairly recent iPhone or iPad. I'm using it on last year's iPhone 6 Plus, and it works fine. However, it's kind of buggy. On my iPad Air 2, it didn't really work because the record volume was always way too low. So hopefully there'll be some fixes soon and it'll work for more people. So when you go into it, it's a fairly simple interface, a big button in the middle of the screen that allows you to start recording. There's an auto button at the upper left hand corner that supposedly will start recording when you start playing or singing, but it doesn't quite work. It was always like a fraction of a second too late for me, so it cut off the beginning. And then a file cabinet for you to view the stuff that you've made, and also a tuner at the upper right. So if you go into the tuner, it basically just listens and tries to figure out what note you're trying to play on an instrument and shows you how close you are. So here on a ukulele, it correctly identifies that I'm playing the G string, and you can see it wavering a lot because it's just a ukulele, so it doesn't really hit it perfect. But you can use it to tune just about anything, a guitar, whatever you want. So going back to the main interface, let's just record something. I'm just going to play on this ukulele here. You can be thankful that I'm not going to try to sing. And just do something quick, like I had an idea for a song and I just wanted to record it. So I'll hit the record button and play. Then I hit stop, and you can see I've got a musical track there at the bottom of the screen now, and I have a play button and I can play it back. And let's take a look at what we can do with it. So of course I can hit the play button and play it back, and you can see I've got that blank spot, and then it starts playing. I can also go ahead and trim it. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to tap on the visual representation of the music there, and it will expand it right there. And I can hit various different things here. I can change the time signature. So for instance, if it's 3/4 instead of 4/4, so I can give it a hint down there. I can also change the downbeat and speed up the tempo. Now that's going to affect when I add backing instruments, because you can add backing bass and drums to this. So it won't actually change the speed of what I've played. It's going to change the speed of what's backing it. Let's just use the ability to crop it now. So I'm going to hit done at the top, and I'm going to hit the cropping tool, and I'm going to change it so it starts there where the music starts and then where the music ends. And you can see it right there with the red lines. I'm going to hit trim, and unfortunately it only allows you to save it as a new idea, so it doesn't allow you to actually go ahead and just edit what you've got. So I have to go back and delete the original now. And now I've just got it kind of set just the music that just the segment that's music there. So I can go back, and if I hit the file cabinet at the top, now I have to select the copy there. You can see in my list there's the copy. I'm going to select that and tap that, double tap that, and I go into it. So now you can see I've got just that section there in this new version of the file. So kind of you have to play around, and you're going to end up with a lot of extra little files there that you can delete. But this is what I want here, and so now I'll start to add some backing stuff to it. So you can see I've got those two buttons at the bottom, and I can tap them, turn them off, or turn them on. So I can do that while it's playing. So I'll start playing, and then I'll add drums in, and then I'll add bass. And it's subtle, but it does fill in a little bit there. So I can do that, and I can also go in and change things about them. So for instance, if I tap and hold the drums, I can now change where that dot is and go between loud and quiet and complete and simple. And it will change what's there. And I also change between a modern kit and a vintage kit, and even change on the right there the type of drums. I can go to bass and also do similar changes there, change between upright and electric for what I want. And you can see all the time the music just keeps moving. Now what it's actually doing here is it's trying to figure out what chords you're playing, and you can see it guessed the chords G, A, G, A. Here you can change that. I'm going to hit that chord notation there. It's a CM7 there. I'm going to change that, and I can actually select a section, change what chord it is, take the chord out, set it to be, well, there's a chord with no band, and do all sorts of things. Even hit custom and do all sorts of things with these sections here. If you play around with it a lot, it's kind of tricky, but you can actually add sections in and remove sections if you play around with it. So you can change what the backing chords are going to be played there on the bass. So when you're done with this, you can use the share button there at the upper right to export it. And you can export it to a variety of places, including like Notes. You can send it to GarageBand where you continue to develop the song. You can email it. You can even upload this directly to YouTube. I can export to iTunes. iCloud Drive is nice because it gives me the ability to export it, and I can mix it down or do it as GarageBand, so I can get it right over to my Mac and continue working on this song, even just as a plain audio file, which is just really nice. So a lot of nice features built into what is otherwise a very simple tool for just playing around with music. It's free and worth just playing around and trying it if you're at all interested in using your iOS devices for making music.